Turn the wheel to the left, but we stay stationary. Yeah, you can see the tread, more of the tread exposed now. It wasn't doing that before, so I think it's actually going to be a tighter turn now if we try it. So check this out. This is my first EV that I've done a review on this channel. This is just a little glimpse into what this beast has to offer. I hope you hang tight and enjoy this video. All right, guys, check out what we have here today. This is the new 2024 Hummer EV, and this is actually the extreme off-road version, and this is the first edition. We've got the suspension in the increased height position, and we're gonna actually try to figure out how to get, I think it's called extraction mode, which actually raises it up even higher. You know, it's the first time I've actually had a chance to look at one of these in person. This is actually Championship GMC here in Brighton, Michigan. And I have had one of these on order for about 1.5 years, the SUV version. So I like the look of this SUV. I think this thing looks awesome. And it's got such a off-road appearance to it. I mean, I guess you shouldn't be surprised. The nature, there we go. Look how much it's lifting it up even more. It's just incredible. Now it's lifting the front. You can hear the air suspension going up. Yeah, it is big. So some things I've noticed right off the bat. This is not a mall crawler. I mean, there is some serious off-road capability of this thing. Like, just even like if you check out even the flooring in this thing, the back hatch area where the floor is, there's actually like a cargo mat embedded into the flooring to protect it from rocks and debris and mud. But take a look at how big this thing is off-road. I mean, here's my hand. I mean, that's got to be 15 to 20 inches of clearance, and that's a 35-inch tall tire. One thing we were just looking at, see this little finger point, and there's like something you can pull there. I don't know what that's about, but the suspension on this thing, these dampers are nuts. The other thing we're taking a look at, it's kind of neat, is some of the cameras underneath this thing is really cool. So it's got 2 cameras in the rear and 2 in the front. And right now you can actually hear the air compressor running, but this being the extreme off-road, you can see the underbelly protection on this it's intense. Even the frame horns to connect to the lower control arms, everything looks pretty beefy. This is plastic fascia. This tow hook is extremely robust. I mean, this is huge. So you still got your, I think this is for your cameras. Yep, so you got 2 facing camera options for trailers, and then your 7-pin. You got a standard, I'm assuming this is a class 4 hitch. Looks pretty robust. I don't think it's class 3. These are 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler Territory MTs. Check that out, made in USA. Nice. Let's see if we can find the max load. Max load, 3,750 pounds. So, I mean, they're putting a very heavy-duty tire on this thing, which is great. This has got the rocker protection panels on the outside. This has also got the illumination package lighting, which you can pop these off, which my Raptor had this also from the factory. And it looks like it's got 4 different beams inside. So I don't know if there's like a flood and a spot top and bottom, but that's pretty cool. Also, I think part of this illumination package is you have a camera up here that at night, the Hummer logo goes down in the ground. Probably one of my favorite parts of this is just the lighting in the front of this vehicle. It's just menacing, it looks awesome. And I wanna see too, you got those same robust tow hooks front and rear. They are just serious. I'm assuming this is for some sort of cooling going down the road. It opens up, but this skid plate, it feels pretty solid. It feels very much like the Raptor. You can tell you got front good differential. And then check that out. I'm gonna zoom in right there. Right there. There is one of your front facing cameras. Pretty neat. I'm assuming there's one in the rear too. But you've got the same kind of protection in the underbelly. Up here, look at your lower control arms, and then look at those beefy half shafts. I've never seen anything like that before. There is a lot going on right there. Then obviously you got the air shocks with you got all the sensors for the ride height. Yep, this is not for the faint of heart for technology. LEDs everywhere, as to be expected. This matte finish is super cool. It's how to explain it. I thought originally it was like almost like a wrap from the factory, but it's actually a matte finish from the manufacturer, which is really nice. This one stickers out, I think, around 112. I'll take a picture and add it into the video just to kind of show you all the packages. But if someone's looking for one, these are pretty rare for the first editions to be available. So I'm gonna actually pop the back hatch here. Let's see if we can, see if it's in park. power opening rear gate. This door is massive. It looks like it's 6 foot wide, but this is what I was mentioning. If you check out this surface here, this is like an embedded plastic right into that surface, which is really nice. It's gonna help hold up. Got phenomenal storage underneath here too. Got your jack and then all kinds of off-road area for accessories, as well as in the side. And then got more stuff over there. But I like that, how that really nice hard surface. Let's see, we'll put the left seat down. So that's very much just like the Yukon. And then I'll show you as soon as we close this gate, one of the other nice features is what this rear window does. GM took a chapter out of Toyota here and added this, which is a really cool feature. All right, so we'll try to open this now, and look at that. How awesome is that? So imagine for off-road, two tracking, any sort of outdoor activities, that is so far one of my favorite features of this, besides just the capability of this vehicle. I love that. Here's another cool thing. The Raptor has this feature as well, but the American flag there, really cool. Let's see if they did it right on the passenger side. Obviously you have a full-size matching spare. Yep, nice job, GM. Got the stars leading up front. So some of the things I'm learning about the first edition is the panels on the roof, being that it is the first edition, they have a blue tint to it, and you can only get that feature. Let's see here. So the blue tint is tied, right, you said, to the first edition?
Yes.
Okay, very cool. And now do all four panels come off independently as well?
Yes.
So could you just leave the rear on, take the front off, or could you even just take one panel off? Could you leave 3 panels up?
You should be able to just detach one at a time, yeah.
And now does the front trunk area have enough room to put all 4 in there as well?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. This is nice. Now this almost looks like a leatherette sort of surface. Probably do that just for holding up for off-roading environment and everything is kind of my guess. What I was noticing too, which is kind of cool, is you see these like, I don't know if this is like a magnet. Yeah, I think it is actually. There's like a magnet underneath there, and I'm wondering if it's there to kind of hold that in place. Yeah. Yeah, because you've got the standard snap in, and I like that there's a rubber floor under the rubber floor. It's just gonna hold up really good to any sort of off-road use. Kind of cool too. This kind of matches almost in a little bit of the theme, like if you get in the Yukon Denali Ultimate package.
For the mountain.
Yeah, the mountain, like the topography.
So this is all lunar. It's based on.
So this is the moon, the lunar. That's really cool.
And they have that integrated in the background on the dash and everything as well for the lunar theme.
Okay.
There's also, you can notice right under here, it's replicated. It's supposed to be like a moon boot.
Huh. Interesting.
Microphones there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's really nice. All right, so got some of the different drive modes. You know, it's interesting. You can see a lot of the parallels of this to like the new GMC Canyon. I don't know if you've been inside the new Canyon, but the new Canyon display is really great also. It's actually pretty quick though, because I've had the ride height systems in Jeeps before, and they're very, very slow and loud. This is pretty quick system. Yeah, it's got this rear camera mirror too, so you can still see at the back. Very cool. 3 windshield wipers. That is the wildest thing. Never. When you have to get windshield replacements, if they come in pairs, you're gonna have the extra. Right. Don't want an extra in the glove box. How did you get the rear window down?
Right up here.
Okay, so that's the rear button.
Right here. Yeah.
Okay, so let's hit that right now.
I think push up on it.
Push up. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. That is such a great feature. I hope they start putting that in their trucks too.
Yeah, that would be
nice. It's awesome.
So this one you can like customize the mode as well. Off-road.
You know, it seems pretty quick and smooth too. I don't see any glitchiness like between the modes. Like the system seems to be operating pretty good.
Yeah, so we have the Google Maps right there as well built in.
Built into it. So would that be the navigation as Google Maps then? Or do you have to, you don't have to have your phone connected then, do you?
Correct, as long as you have like Wi-Fi in the vehicle.
You do need Wi-Fi, okay. So if you don't have Wi-Fi, is there a built-in navigation?
So you can still use like your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto.
Okay.
So you can still get it off your phone otherwise.
Got it.
But that would be like the built-in.
No standard GPS navigation though.
Not that I'm
not you're aware of.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's so it's showing unlock front differential, unlock rear differential, and I saw the different buttons there. So that's rear locker, and then front and rear locker. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can switch this so you have the extra slides there, so you can see
80%
when you
charge.
need charge.
Yep.
trailer view status, audio. I think there's one more at the bottom. And then
Clock, nice. And then so if we want to go into, like if I click that, it probably takes you into like vehicle specific settings.
So this is for off-road.
Off-road. Okay, so then let's see if we want to play with some
like
cameras.
Pitch and things
Okay,
like that.
so this is awesome. Okay, so we got 360 aerial. That's front-facing view. I can see that. Now, what is this?
So that's if we switch to the rear here.
Okay.
Then you have your rear guidance.
Oh, your guidance.
And that goes with the wheel.
Yep.
And then you have your hitch guidance.
Yep. Nice.
You have a top-down hitch view as well. You can zoom in on. This is going to be your wheelbase.
Oh, okay, I like that. So you got
rear
off-road. Yep. Towing. Yep.
Well, and to see like if you're getting in a tight parking spot.
Sure.
You got top down
front and top down rear. Okay.
And I'll go back to the camera. Now there is the extra
The
arrow
off-road.
here, so you can see under body
This
as well.
is awesome. Okay, so now that would be, I think that's front facing.
Yeah, I believe that's our front tires, and then that's looking at the rear.
That's the rear. I think that's the rear facing forward actually.
So this is like our front camera looking back towards the rear.
Okay.
So
oh yeah,
see
you're
right
right.
here?
Yep.
And then on this side, we're switching now. So this is our front tires. That's looking towards the back.
Okay, and then this would be your front, and then that's your rear, because
Yeah.
that's Grand River right there. Okay. Now, do you know if the cameras on the underbelly, do they also have the washers?
Yes.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, there is under body washers on this one.
Man, it's really well thought out. And we got our different drive modes. So you got crab walk. So this raises the suspension higher and lower. Now, what is that one right there? What is that feature?
So your mode, so you can customize that.
That's your mode. Okay, got it.
And you can drag and drop and arrange all the icons as well.
Nice.
So like if we go home screen, you can drag and drop all of these icons.
Yeah, I'm impressed. The cooled seats work really great, and I've just got it at the lowest setting, and the heated got really hot. That worked awesome. Yeah, so that's pretty nice how that works. Here's your fan controls. Now, do you know if it also does your fan controls and your HVAC controls on the display as well as down with the buttons?
So it looks like it's all just going to be right here at the
Just
touch
there,
for the
okay.
front, but
Yep.
you do have the
For the
rear
rear,
you can
it's probably like
access.
an auto, and there's probably just in the back as well.
And then you can lock it as well for the rear.
I prefer the buttons because I think when you start doing your HVAC controls up here, just more of a distraction going on the road. This is simple. It makes more sense to me. Yep. So then you got your audio, so radio. Do you know how many speakers by chance is in here? I mean, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's gotta be, I'm assuming, at least 12 speakers in this thing.
I want to say 12 to 14.
12 to 14. And you know what? I'm looking, I wonder if it's got the speaker in the headrest too, because I see this is like a ventilated surface. One of the first things you're gonna notice is the interior material choices are set up for off-road conditions. They're going to be very durable, and you can tell it seems like they're almost set up for if it gets wet or sees some off-road environments. And so this, with the trailering package, comes with the 4 extra sensors too for your trailer.
Yeah, the tire pressure.
Yep.
monitors.
Got a micro cloth for the display. That's nice. That's got to be, I'm thinking, a 12-inch display. I'm just assuming 12-inch, and is that like 10-inch maybe?
I believe so.
Okay. Steering wheel looks nice too.
And then yeah, you got your Super Cruise here, so they moved it.
That's sweet.
Heated steering down here.
Okay, man, Super Cruise is amazing. Now you do need to be tied up with, I want to say OnStar, right, for the Super Cruise to work. But you have to like have some sort of subscription or whatnot.
There is a subscription for the Super Cruise. Yes.
Okay.
So it does go off of that, like the wireless data as well. It's kind of all, I believe, tied to that.
And this is a wireless charging, I would assume. Oh, right up there.
Here actually
Okay.
is, yep.
Okay. Cool.
But this is just nice if
Good
you want
storage
to throw
here.
there so it
Yep.
can slide around.
You know, I just noticed that's like it holds in place. Huh. Okay. Good storage there.
Did you notice underneath here too?
Yeah, flow through. Awesome. And there's a really cool, like, I don't know if that's part of the Lunar like graphics package kind of, but yeah, it's really nice. You can tell, you definitely get the off-road-esque feel. You know, if someone was thinking like this is like a Denali, it's a total different experience. This is more of, I would put this as more premium than like a Bronco Raptor or like the 392 Wrangler, because you can just tell the touch points are more premium, but it's still the same kind of idea, you know what I mean? But you're getting cooled seats, and none of the other off-road vehicles offer cooled seats. And I've thought, how stupid is that? You got your top off, it's hot outside, you want cooled seats, you know, during that. Does this also have one pedal? Do you know? It does? Okay. And you still got a traditional shifter, so it doesn't feel like you've not had an EV it doesn't feel that out of place or that different.
Yeah, they actually put these in some of the new Sierras
Yep,
as well.
yep, it looks the same. You got your trailer brake controller, that's good. Does it come with a charger or just a standard 110, or does it come with like a level 2 charger by chance? Or
so there is at-home charging stations. You can select
which one you want. Okay. And is that included with the price, or is that separate? It's like an accessory.
I'm trying to remember in the first edition if they actually include but I believe it's a separate, because
okay.
I think you have to choose which option you want to go with.
Okay.
But we can confirm that as well. If we were to search, let's see.
So it's just like Cincinnati. I'm just curious. Do you know if there's anything that way? We could at least try. I mean, if that's a terrible idea, we can just random. I was thinking that'd be enough that it'd probably be, I don't know if there's enough range to get there. Minus 48. Okay, so then it's showing at a charging stop.
So end of battery range.
Okay.
So we can do add stop, and then it'll tell you all the different stops along the way. So you have 1 or 2 here.
That's cool.
And it tells you 24
minutes. That's not bad. That's pretty neat how it integrates all that together.
There's actually through like the My GMC app on your phone. It's even, I feel like, a little bit more advanced than this with the Google Maps.
Sure.
To really see how much time you would need to spend at each stop and what charge stations are available.
And that app you put on your phone, and does it connect to like CarPlay, so then you can see it on this display? That's great. So it integrates well. That's good. Here's another thing I like. I like that this is frameless, so when you have the tops off, it's gonna like give a really cool like half door look for like an off-road appearance. That looks great. Okay, so what we're gonna show now is the 4 different ride heights. As you can see right now, it's gonna drop all the way to the entry exit mode, and it's very much lower. Maybe it's about a foot from the ground to the step to get into the door. So now the next step, we're gonna put it as at the normal mode. So this would be like your standard ride height going down the road. And if you notice, it's pretty quick too. I mean, it's lifting front to rear simultaneously. Some of the brands I've noticed, they'll lift the front and kind of teeter-totter back and forth. This actually looks very consistent front to rear. So the next setting we're planning to do is increase ride height. I mean, it's crazy. This is literally 15 seconds. Okay, so now we're in an increase setting. Ashley's gonna put it in the off-road mode. She has to put it in off-road mode to get it to the extract setting, which is the highest setting now. So you have to change the drive mode. I don't believe you can do extract in the standard modes. And so you can see it's lifting up the rear. And now I think at this point it gets high enough that it lifts up the front and rear independently. So this would be the highest setting. Just to kind of, paint a little picture for you guys. This is, not only are these Hummers rare, and not only is the SUV very rare, but this is a first launch edition. And then on top of that, it's got the extreme off-road package. There's not many of these out here. This is a pretty special vehicle. I'll show you kind of the window sticker and all the different features this has. So I'm a big fan of Hummer. What I like about the Hummer in general is I think they look awesome, especially the SUV version. This thing looks amazing. I remember as a kid growing up, my dad took me to the Detroit Auto Show. And if you lived in Michigan and you're any bit of a car enthusiast, going to the Detroit Auto Show was one of the most special things to do in the January timeframe every year. It was always horrible weather conditions. And I remember, I think it was like 1992, they had the Hummer H1 at the auto show. And I remember seeing this and thinking, man, one day I'd love to own a Hummer. They are so cool. And I'd still love to own a Hummer. I've never owned one. It's something one day on my radar. I'd love to own even just one of the original H1s. This is like, since the H1, I think this is my next favorite. I just love the looks of this. The capability of this thing is absolutely incredible. It seems like GM really put a lot of time and energy into making this thing very capable. And now you can see dropping it back down. So you can see it's pretty quick. You can hear the air compressor letting out the air. I've noticed too, it sounds like it releases the air in the rear and not in the front. Okay, so then that would be back to the increased ride height. Let's see, I think we're gonna drop it down another level. Okay, so then it's gonna drop now to the normal mode. Okay, we got it all the way down. Kind of look, okay, now that is there we go. Now we're getting to showing the last step in the process. So there's your entry exit mode. Makes it really easy to get in and out of this. It looks like it'd be the same like ride height or maybe even lower than like a Yukon. Wouldn't you say like the entry exit mode is like ride height, like as far as ease of entry, is lower even than like a Yukon. It feels like pretty easy to get in and out of here. Let's look at the rear controls here. USB A and C, nice little storage pocket right there. I love the floor mats in this thing, so cool. Heated seats in the rear. All right. Very durable surface, as you can tell. All right, got some good weather seals on this thing. I bet it's super quiet going down the road. Very cool. A lot of space up here. You know, I don't know if you could get golf clubs in here. Maybe if you like put it on an angle or something, but a huge, I mean, you could definitely put a few pieces of luggage up here. And they say they've got enough space to put 4 of the panels for the roof on here. And I also noticed here's where you fill up your windshield washer fluid, and probably for all your cameras, rear facing cameras. And we were just looking at how you close this. Besides using your key fob, there's actually a little button right underneath here. Press that right in front of that camera and you will see this thing close. This is cool too. It looks awesome. God, I love the look of this thing. Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
But if you like the darker display, you can have it set to night. You can switch it back to day and you'll see the shadows go on the lunar as well.
That's amazing. And you were saying too, at the time of the day, right? Didn't you say it changes kind of like the display setting?
Yeah, so if it's set to auto, it'll just...
dim or black. Here's your charge port. You have the 2 different style chargers. There's fast charging, and I think that's your level 1, level 2. I like the lights in the rear. They look very cool too. These are mud and snow rated Goodyear Territory Wrangler tires. Unfortunately, can't get a ride in it today. Trying to keep the miles off this for the next owner. I want to respect that, but in the future, we will be trying to get a video of this. So one of the things Ashley and I are trying to learn on this is how this 4-wheel steering system works when it goes from 4-wheel steering auto to off. So we'll get an idea of the turning radius, which is still actually not bad for how big of a vehicle this is. It's got incredible turning radius. It's really good. So I'm just standing in a circle here. And we're purposely kind of doing this in the dirt so you can kind of see where our tracks are. So we got the outer radius right there. You'll see right there. Now she's going to engage. The 4-wheel steer is engaging, and we can tell because when you look at the rear wheel, you can see how it's cambered in a little bit. So now Ashley is turning the wheel more, and it's going to actually camber in more. So now what we're going to watch how much the turning radius cuts off. So you can see the outer area, and now the inner tire is actually closer than what the rear tire is. Big difference. So wild. I mean, it's almost like a golf cart turning radius. This is wild. Huge difference. Yeah, you can see it looks like it cut off like 6 to 8 feet. I'm gonna go kind of look at that and see. So if we look, this outer ring right here was with the 4-wheel steer off. This was the first 3 loops. But look at the difference here. This is from here all the way to here. I mean, I gotta look. I mean, so if we did radius, I'll go look at the specs to see the difference, but you can see a massive difference. I mean, if you look, this is the turning radius here. You could get into a lot of tight spaces with this thing off-road or in a parking structure. So weird looking, and it's even more weird when you're in the vehicle, how goofy it feels. It's like the weirdest thing ever. Look at the rear to the front. It's so funny. Definitely understand why they give it the crab walk. It's funny too, the audio noise on the outside of the vehicle. They definitely give it like a space sound, which I think is the whole point of the theme of this vehicle, color-wise and everything. But yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah, check that out from the rear. It looks like when you see some beat-up hoopty going down the highway that needs an alignment. It's so funny. Okay, so now let's take a look at the payload. It's 1,095 pounds. We will look at the GVWR, which is 9,990 pounds, which puts it under 10,000. Got a gross combined vehicle weight rating of 16,900.
and you've got a curb weight of 8,894 pounds. What's interesting is looking at the rear axle capacity of 5,730 pounds, which is actually really high and almost the same as my Ram 2500.
That's like a 3/4 ton truck. Now we will sit in the driver's seat, kind of get a feel for the driving position. It's good. It's got a very comfortable feel. It doesn't feel, you would think, and I haven't even adjusted the seat, you would think it'd feel like a little bit claustrophobic, but it's, I think with the panels and everything above, it gives you like a real nice
open feeling in the cabin.
All the mirrors seem very similar at home. If you're used to Yukon, Tahoe, or the Sierra, you can tell there's a lot of familiarity to that. Okay, so you do get the radius with the turning. Now, is the 4-wheel steer on too?
Not currently.
Not. It's still very good even in the 2-wheel steer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, good high resolution cameras. You can tell that, like I'm looking from the top view right there. That looks really good.
That just shows the front.
So many camera options too, which is nice. Let's see. There we go.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Does it? Well, there's got to be a camera button,
Yep,
right? There we go. Yep. And then go through all the different ones. There's your hitch. Front and rear. There we go. And then all your off-road cameras. That's cool. And then you got your side view.
So it's
and
all
down
for
at your
the tires
tires.
too.
Yep. Oh, that's cool. Yep. It's neat. Very cool. Get close to it. It'll do something. Yep, it does. Very cool. All lights up. And then it probably does the same thing when we lock it. Yep, kind of like lets it go away. Nice. Some of the other things I like, the features like these wide body lines. It almost gives it like that wide body, like the Z06 or the Raptor or TRX. It's got the big body. It's awesome. I mean, it's pretty quick.
I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my first review of the new Hummer EV. I look forward to making some more content on this vehicle. I want to thank Ashley and Championship GMC in Brighton, Michigan for allowing us to do this review. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'm just curious. Let me know down in the comments section what you think about the new Hummer, or even just the EV future of mobility. Thanks again.